You can have the best camera in the world, but if you can't use it, the videos will not look great. I've been using all sorts of gimbals since the key to good looking footage is stability. The Moza Air Stabilizer is designed for mirrorless cameras and DSLRs. It is made out of metal and it comes with plenty of accessories. My name is Linus with the Techline HD. I've used this stabilizer for 3 months and here is my review. At the time of this review, the Moza Air costs $600, which is quite a bargain price considering the overall package you get. As always, you'll find all the links and show notes down below the video. The Moza Air comes in a very nice and sturdy case that you can easily use as a registered airline luggage, in my opinion. Inside the box there is a gimbal and all the accessories you need to get started. Besides the gimbal itself, you get a dual handlebar grip that comes disassembled, a set of batteries, a charger that has a built-in USB cable, a lens support, and a set of cables for different cameras. I also got optional metal-made mini tripod, accessory mount, and a remote controller that costs $120 separately, which is kind of expensive. First of all, the Moza Air is made almost completely out of metal, like most of the gimbals. It also uses a rubberized material on the handle, so it's comfortable to hold and the handle does not get that cold if you use the gimbal during winter. The build quality is just excellent. Also, it takes just a few minutes to balance your camera by adjusting all the axes and tightening them up using metal knobs. A quick release plate is optional and it's sold separately, but it takes just a second to remove the camera without the plate. I like that there is a 1/4 inch thread on the side and on the bottom, so you can mount various accessories like mics, lights, or mount the gimbal on a tripod, and so on. The gimbal itself is pretty light, but once you put your camera on it, the entire setup becomes quite heavy. This is where the dual handle grip bar comes to help. I like that it's easy to mount and it has 1/4 inch threads on both sides for extra accessories. You can mount the handles in any way you feel is most comfortable for you, but if you get a remote controller with the accessory mount, face the handles downwards to be able to use the controller. Don't do what I did when I just took the Moza Air out of the box, didn't read any manuals, and just wanted to show the gimbal on camera as quickly as possible. I found the handlebar to be really useful both in terms of smoothing out the video and making the gimbal easier to hold, and it's just awesome that it is included in the retail packaging. There is a micro USB port that allows your camera to communicate with the gimbal and another micro USB port that allows you to charge the gimbal itself. There are a few modes on the Moza Air. If you press the mode button once, you will enter yaw follow mode, which is the default mode that I use most of the time on each gimbal. It locks the tilt axis, but it allows you to pan the gimbal left or right by twisting the handle. The following mode is triggered by pressing the mode button twice. It allows you to control both tilt and pan axis by moving the gimbal. In other words, it allows you to take a complete control of the device. The next is the lock mode, which is great for smooth pan and tilt shots if you want to film a particular object. Finally, you can adjust the gimbal manually using the joystick, and I found this feature to be working fine. My favorite way of controlling the Moza Air is using the remote controller that has a little OLED display that shows all the info you need. You can control the movement of the gimbal using a nice joystick, change the modes and see which mode you're in, adjust the speed, and even control the camera with it. I really love this controller, but unfortunately it's kind of pricey. You can also control the gimbal using the Moza Assistant app. Again, there are a few different modes and settings to play with, just like on any other gimbals. One of my favorite features is that you can adjust the gimbal speed manually to get even smoother footage. You can also shoot time-lapse video and record the path of camera movements within the app. As you may see, the Moza Air performs really well and you can get some amazingly smooth and nice shots with it. I've tested it with both light and heavy lens systems and the results are stunning. Keep in mind that you still need to walk slowly and gently to get the best results. Also, it was kind of hard to perfectly balance my camera with heavy Sigma 18-35 lens, but the gimbal can still work well with this glass. The Moza Air performs really well in windy conditions and even while walking on the stairs, since the tilt motors do a great job reducing the shakiness. Keep in mind, however, that you'll get tired quickly since this is a pretty heavy setup, but again, this is where the dual handle grip comes to help. Battery life on the Moza Air is pretty good, although it's not the best I've seen. I was able to get about 7 or 8 hours of continuous use, which is more than enough for me, but there are gimbals with a better battery life. It takes about 2.5 hours to fully charge the batteries with a supply charger that also works with power banks. I really enjoyed using the Moza Air for the past 3 months now. I have quite a few gimbals like the Crane 2, Crane M, but I keep coming back to Moza Air mainly because it's smaller and lighter and I can get similar results. I also like that the Moza Air comes in a really nice case and it has everything you need to get started, including a dual handle grip. Also, I love the build quality and ease of use. What I don't like is that the controller is sold separately and it costs over 100 bucks. Also, it's kind of hard to remember which mode you're in since there is no display on the gimbal itself, but that's the issue with most of the camera stabilizers. At the end of the day, the Moza Air may not be perfect, but it offers one of the best value for money packages considering the overall performance, feature set and all the accessories you get for the price of 600 bucks. But what do you guys think about the Moza Air? Drop me a comment down below, and as always, drop me a comment down below if you have any questions. Also, please like the video if you liked it, and please subscribe to the channel for more content like this. It was Linus, thank you for watching and see you soon.